Hello, my name is Beth McMahon. I am the Gillespie County Horticulture Extension Agent, and you may have watched some of my turf trial videos before, but being an extension agent, I've got to do two trials. And so I thought I'd do something that's a little bit different. I was reading a research paper and it was saying that, hey, you can grow blueberries in the soil as long as you grow grass around the roots. And I thought, that's utter nonsense, but that sounds like a good thing to try. Now, I will say that in the Texas Hill Country, you should not plant blueberries directly in the ground because they do not do well. They get an iron deficiency. So that is probably going to be some of the things that this trial is going to demonstrate. So in this trial, I do have blueberries planted in the ground, which is a foolish thing to do. I'm experimenting. I'm treating them with iron. I am treating them by having grass grow on top of the roots. And then there are the controls. And then there are the ones in the middle, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So let's take a first look. The first two plants here by the gate, these are controls. And yes, they do have a bit of an iron deficiency. That's one of the main problems when you have blueberries in the alkaline soils. They get a lot of different nutrient deficiencies because the soil is just not adapted very well. So that right there is a clear iron deficiency. The control right beside it has it too. How are the plants in the grass looking? Well, they're looking all right. They've got fresh growth coming on a little bit, but they also have that iron deficiency as well too. So, the grass has just started growing though. It's supposed to have like mycorrhizae. It's supposed to form a symbiotic relationship and take care of the iron issue, whatnot. I'll put the link to the paper. You can read that. Here we have an iron deficiency, so yeah, it's not really doing anything, and then the plant is not really sending out a lot of fresh shoots. These plants right here I treated with chelated iron, which the research paper suggested was the expensive option, and yes, I could see how that could get expensive. But the plants, honestly, they look pretty similar. There is still iron deficiencies on it. The first treatment only happened like a month ago, and then we had a lot of rain, so it probably washed out. Looking at this other one though, this one is starting to send out fresh buds of growth, which is encouraging. Not really seeing major iron deficiencies on it though, so that's nice. Let's look at the other side. So this being a research experiment, we've got to repeat stuff. The ones with the grass, these are actually looking a little bit better. So looking at this one, I can't really see any iron deficiencies on it. Yeah, the leaves could be a darker green, definitely. That might just be more of like a nutrient deficiency, not iron. But it's not looking that bad. Its partner, we have 2 plants per treatment. Yeah, not really looking that great either, but I mean, I'm not seeing an iron deficiency. Next, we have a couple of controls. That control actually looks pretty good for a control, except the whole plant itself is kind of stunted. I didn't get like 100, well, I had the plants die out and had to replace them. This plant right here clearly has an iron deficiency. It is not looking very healthy, but we're gonna wait and see how it does. It is putting out fresh buds. That'll be interesting. You should just come watch next month and see what happens. This is one of the iron treated ones. Yes, there is a plant down there. There's not much to it though. Hopefully it'll send up more shoots and such. This one was kind of small to start with. And then we have this plant right here, and it actually is looking pretty good. It's got a lot of fresh growth on it. I'm not seeing an iron deficiency, so that's pretty good. Good, that's kind of what's supposed to happen. All right, let's look and see how exactly you're supposed to grow blueberries in the Texas Hill Country. So we've got 4 tubs. These are pollinators. The variety is Vernon. And these are, well, blueberries have to have a pollinator. So I want the fruit in the ground to set, so that I had to have a different variety. These ones are growing in tubs. What they're growing in is a mixture of peat moss, sphagnum peat moss, and pine bark. Now this one is where I had the grass. Like I have the grass plots right here. I have grass growing in the container. And it does not like growing in the container. I do not think blue grama likes acidic soils very much. However, despite that, the plant is growing very lushly, and the plant looks very good, especially compared to the ones in the experiment. This one right here had the iron treatment. This plant is growing very lushly. Then this one right here is the control. It is doing fantastic. And then this one right here is another control. It's doing pretty good, but it is showing a slight iron deficiency about right there. It's slight. So yeah, other than that, it looks very good. So what can you learn from today? Well, at least from today, you can learn that, hey, if you're growing blueberries, maybe you should put them in a container rather than in the ground. Yeah. Anyway, if you have any questions about this experiment, please contact me at the Gillespie County Extension Office. Phone number is 830-997-3452. You're also welcome to drive by and take a look.